Hello everyone, this is Abhilasha and welcome to my podcast, Knowing Universe. Thank you so much for tuning in, and again, thanks a lot from listening every time when I record, when I upload. Today's episode, I actually wanted to be about the most habitable planet next to Earth. But when I researched very well, because what we basically know is the Mars, we are looking at Mars, and probably because it is easiest to explore Mars option, because it has some sort of water patches, and it is very cold, but maybe we'll figure out how to survive there, and also it has got land surface, but when if we have to just talk about which are the planets which are livable, which are closer to Earth, that's not Mars. Yes, you heard me right, that's not Mars. So today's topic is definitely not about which planet is habitable or livable for us, for human beings, because according to my research, it's exoplanets. So I thought that I have not talked about exoplanets at all, right? So what are exoplanets? We need to talk about that first before we can, talk about that particular exoplanet, which is probably be our next home. Not in my lifetime, I'm pretty sure, but maybe. So the first exoplanet. But first of all, what are exoplanets? So exoplanets are the part of our galaxy, that's Milky Way, as you know, but they are somewhere in a very smaller region of our galaxy. It's somewhere located, right? So it's not like very obvious, it's not close to us, so that's why it is called as outer. Exo means outer, so they are outer planets basically. We have known about them because of the Kepler Space Telescope, and who has it? Who else but NASA? Yes. And then what we understood that, oh my God, there are actually more planets than the stars in our galaxy. Yes, you heard me right. More planets than stars. Just wrap your head around this fact, please. So exoplanets, I think we understood what are exactly the exoplanets. Now, these exoplanets were first found in 1990s. The golden decade, and we have since then we have found around thousands of them. There are various detection method, and they are not very easy ones, but there are detection method by which we actually look at the star, and then according to the star how much it is twinkling in the easiest way we can say that. According to that, we have figured out that, oh my God, there are really a lot of planets. And since they are in outer, so exoplanets, so do they have land surface, or they are gaseous? That's very important, because Jupiter being the largest planet for us, it's not livable for us, right? For humans it is not, because where do we land? We need land, we need some kind of food to grow. We cannot grow in air. I mean, gases, it's not even air, it's just hydrogen and helium, maybe some other trace gases, but that is not enough for us, right? So that's why we can say that, we have to find some other options. So good news here, guys, good news that according to the, diameter and the masses, the exoplanets can be very rocky, very similar to Earth and Venus, or they can be like gas rich, like Jupiter and Saturn. And the exoplanets, they have the very same elements how our solar system has, but the combination will be different. The composition, basically, the how in which particular element will be higher in composition, which will be lesser. Good news again, they can be dominated by water or ice. Some of them are dominated by iron and carbon, which are formed, as you know that, because of the fusion process. ultimately these elements are formed and iron is found in the space. So these are there already. There are some kind of lava, and lava are covered by molten seas. And there are puffy planets, which is quite thick. And then these planets are orbiting around they have one star, right? They have one star, which is a red star, which is not very impressive, but they are there. And we are currently more interested in the exoplanets. And as I told you, some of them, they are orbiting around the red star, the tiny one. But the other ones, they are not rotating around any kind of planet, any kind of star for that matter. Why? That's interesting, right? Because, and such exoplanets which are not rotating around any star, we call them as rogue planets. Like how, someone in the society or community just behave like I don't follow any kind of rules. So these rogue planets also don't follow any kind of rules. So those are rogue planets, and there are some nice hopeful exoplanets which give us probably a hope in the future that we can have a planet to live on. How does that sound? Does this sound exciting? I still haven't described about the planet which we are planning, which we humans are planning, that could be our next home. But yes, we are trying very hard all the time, and who knows what will happen, as I have been always saying about this. So let's be very hopeful, and we one day probably will figure out, oh wow, we have reached to our next planet, which is like Earth, very much like Earth. Elon Musk, maybe you can work on some exoplanets. They are very far though. I think that's why he's not doing anything about it. Okay, so I have just talked about the exoplanets, nothing else. And the next week, yes, I will be back next week where I will talk about how the exoplanet on which we are trying to survive, next habitable planet, how it looks like. All right, so which is called as, the name reveal is right now, TOI 700E. This is the name of the planet. Okay, this is not some kind of code, people. It is a name of the planet, and it's very promising. Because it has got a lot of resemblances with Earth. No, not today. Today I'm not going to talk about this. Just exoplanets. And next week, I'll see you. Stay good. Be on Guru. Have fun with your life. And keep learning every day. Thank you so much for listening. If you have anything to tell me, please reach out to me on abhilashapodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Take care then.